Today we're taking a look at these MLB matches, which are happening on Thursday, August 18, 2022, and giving you match breakdowns, betting tips and predictions in general on these games. Welcome back to High Stakes. Let's get straight into it. Also, don't forget to subscribe to get notified as soon as we release these sport prediction videos. And if you would like more betting tips and predictions, then check out our Patreon in the link down below. Our new Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money. Multiple plans are available for each and every one of you. You can get 30 extra betting picks all the way up to 360 extra betting picks per month. Stop wasting hours of your time searching for bad betting picks that ends up costing you a lot of money. Join the High Stakes Patreon now and get the best betting picks. Going back to our video, we will give you 2 betting picks for each game, a team pick and a total pick based on facts and detailed explanation. So make sure to watch our videos till the end so you don't miss any of our picks. Houston Astros versus Chicago White Sox. The Chicago White Sox will host the Houston Astros in the final 4-game series on Thursday. Chicago entered this series as the more desperate team and answered the call, winning 4-2 on Monday and 4-3 on Tuesday. Wednesday night's game was not complete at the time of this preview. Our team pick is Houston Astros for the win. And here is why. The Houston Astros lead the AL West by 11 games and are 2.5 games ahead of the Yankees for the top spot in the American League overall. The Astros are 17-13 in their last 30 games overall and in an excellent position despite dropping the first 2 games in Chicago. The Astros bullpen is ranked second in MLB with a 3.04 ERA, but that's where the Astros lost each of the previous 2 games. The White Sox are amidst the closet division battle in MLB. Heading into Wednesday, the Sox trailed the Guardians by 1 game first and tied with the Twins for second. Over the last 30 games, Chicago is tied with Cleveland with an American League best 19-11 record. The White Sox are tied for third in MLB with a .260 team batting average and in the mid of the pack at 17th with 498 runs scored on the season, along with just 25th with 101 home runs. Jose Abreu leads the team with 115 games played and 14 home runs to go along with 56 RBI. Injuries have hurt Chicago this season, as Andrew Vaughn, 13 HR, 58 RBI, has missed 23 games and Luis Roberts, 12 HR, 56 RBI, has missed 35 games, and Tim Anderson has missed 38 games, and the list could go on. I don't trust Giolito's inconsistency in this spot. The White Sox are just 5-7 in Giolito's last 12 starts, and even though the 28-year-old right-hander is on a 3-game winning streak, those wins were against Detroit, Texas, and Kansas City. Our total pick is under 9 runs. Chicago Cubs versus Baltimore Orioles. The Chicago Cubs will make a quick stop in Baltimore on Thursday afternoon to take on the Orioles to make up an earlier rain out this season. The Cubs are in 3rd place in the NL Central but far out of the playoff picture and much closer to last place than they are 1st place. As for the Orioles, despite departing with a couple key pieces at the trade deadline, the team remains in the hunt for one of the 3 wildcard spots in the American League. Our team pick is Baltimore for the win. And here is why. The Chicago Cubs continue their quick tour through the D.C., Maryland area as they move on from a 3-game series with the Nationals to take on the Orioles. The Cubbies were able to take 2 of 3 games from the Nationals and come into this series winners of 2 straight and 6 out of their last 10 games. On Wednesday afternoon, the Cubs got a clutch RBI single from former National Yan Gomez in the 7th inning to break up a 2-2 tie game and lead them to a 3-2 win. Cubs pitching held the Nationals to just 6 hits on the afternoon. The Baltimore Orioles come into this game with 5 wins in their last 10 games and a game and a half out of 3rd place in the AL East after losing 6-1 on Wednesday afternoon in the series finale in Toronto. The Orioles had a chance for a surprising series sweep after taking each of the first 2 games of the series, but their bats were stifled by Blue Jays starter Ross Stripling, who was perfect through 6 innings before allowing a single in the 7th. Orioles starter Austin Voth was equally up for the challenge after allowing just 2 hits over 6 innings. The Orioles bullpen, however, was not up for the challenge on this day. 4 Orioles relievers allowed 6 hits and 6 runs in just 2 innings of work to end the Orioles' brief 2-game win streak. Baltimore will start a critical 7-game homestand with this 1-game matchup with the Cubs. Following this, the Orioles will do battle with two AL wild card candidates in Boston and the Chicago White Sox. With that in mind, this game is a critical one for the Birds. While the Cubs are playing out the string and have less than a 0.1% chance of making the playoffs, the Orioles are still very much in the hunt and need every win they can get. The Orioles are 3-0 against the Cubs this season and have outscored the Northsiders 20-6 this season, including 9-3 in their only matchup at Camden Yards. In addition, the Orioles are 29-18 against teams with a sub.500 record this season and are 33-21 in the friendly confines of Camden Yards. The Orioles will roll in a must-win game before getting ready for back-to-back tough series. Our total pick is over the total. Arizona Diamondbacks vs. San Francisco Giants. Arizona will wrap up its 4-game trip to San Francisco on Thursday afternoon. The Diamondbacks got off to a slow start in the series, losing on Monday and Tuesday. This story was published prior to Wednesday night's third game of the series. Our team pick is San Francisco minus 1.5 runs. And here is why. Arizona has been one of the worst teams in baseball overall this season, but it has still shown some the ability to compete since the All-Star break. The Diamondbacks suffered a 3-game sweep against Atlanta and then added a loss to Cleveland at the end of July, but they won 8 of their following 12 games. They took 3 out of 4 against Pittsburgh last week before winning 2 out of 3 against Colorado. Arizona was unable to maintain that momentum earlier this week, scoring a combined 2 runs in the first 2 games of this series. The Diamondbacks are 10.5 games back of the final National League wild card spot. San Francisco got off to a terrible start to the second half of the season, losing 12 out of 15 games. The Giants have bounced back with a strong stretch since then, winning 8 of their last 10 games. They swept Pittsburgh in a 3-game series last weekend before taking the first 2 games of this series. San Francisco has only allowed more than 3 runs twice during its last 8 wins. The Giants will be wrapping up a 7-game homestand on Thursday afternoon. They are 21.5 games back of Los Angeles in the NL West, but they are only 4.5 games out of the final NL wildcard spot. There has not been a more dominant team in a head-to-head series than San Francisco playing at home against Arizona. The Giants have won 16 of their last 17 home games against Arizona, and they have been in great form of late. They have started to close the gap as far as the NL wildcard picture is concerned, so they will be motivated to add another win on Thursday afternoon. Arizona had been in decent form itself, but the Diamondbacks have not looked good to open this series. Their recent struggles in San Francisco do not bode well for their chances of winning the series finale. Our total pick is under 7.5 runs. And here is why. The under is 4-1-1 in Giants' last 6 games during Game 4 of a series. The under is also 4-1 in the last 5 meetings between the two teams in San Francisco this season. Both of these pitchers have recently been on the top of their game and will pose challenging tasks at the end of a 4-game set. Confidently take the under in this matchup of premier arms.